Hello hoppers and welcome to Port Hamble-Marina. I'd like you to meet Vis-a-Vis, our boat. Okay, the first thing you should do when you get on a boat is to become familiarized with it. Look around, check things out, see what things are for. See the weather conditions? When high tide and low tide is, the wind direction, the wind force, and visibility. So this is a good way of knowing if it's a good day to sail or not. If it's safe, if you're gonna have a lot of wind, or if you're gonna have to go on motor the whole time. Now, if you're gonna go sailing, I think it's important to know a little bit about sailing. Have some type of training. I remember the first time I went, I just sat back, relaxed, and let the skipper do everything. But that's really not the right way, because if something happens to the skipper, then you have no idea what to do. I mean, you can take the helm and sort of pretend you know what you're doing, but you won't know what to do with the sails. And if one of these guys comes towards you, you won't know what the hell to do. You're gonna panic because you don't know who has the right of way. Believe me, I've been there. But luckily, Simon came to the rescue. Simon is a professional sailing instructor, and he joined us on the trip to sort of refresh our memories and keep us out of trouble. When you're sailing, one of the things you must always wear is your life vest. Okay, you adapt it to your size, and make sure that you have it on whenever you're up on deck and when you're sailing, especially when you're sailing, because if you fall overboard, they have to catch you, and if you don't have a life vest, you might be in trouble. Okay, so always have a life vest on. See, this skipper and crew know what they're doing. Okay, I'm going to give you a few basic facts about the boat. I am no expert, so I'm going to give it to you really, really simple. The right side of the boat is called starboard, and the left side is called port side. Now, you just have to memorize, so there's no rhyme or reason behind it, but an easy way to remember is starboard has 2 R's, and that's right. Got it? Got it. I also learned you can say port has 4 letters, like left. The front of the boat is called the bow, and the rear of the boat is called the stern. You steer the boat from the helm. The helm actually has all these navigation devices here. This tells you the wind, where it's coming from, what angle it's coming from. And this thing here will tell you the depth and the speed we're going at. And then this you can actually plot a course. So the boat has 3 positions as far as drive. It has a neutral position here. This way would be forward. The more you push it, the faster it goes. And backwards is backwards, going in reverse. Reverse can be used to actually stop the boat. And talking about reverse, you should always enter the boat backwards. I can't talk and do things at the same time. And talking about reverse, you have to enter the boat backwards, okay? Like that. And hold on to these things on the sides. These handbars. That was complicated, wasn't it? Okay, and the table opens up so you can have meals. Breakfast right now, dinner, lunch, whatever you want. And this is where you cook everything. And you do have a refrigerator sink. So please excuse the mess behind me. There really isn't much storage space in this boat, so you have to do whatever you can. The boat does have heating, which is good. It has a radio, and we even have a TV right there. Now, as far as electricity on the boat, if you want to plug something in, the sockets are for 2-pin European round plugs, like that. Now, we bought this little gadget here that you can plug into the socket, into the wall, and then you have 3 different USB cables coming out of it, so you can charge several things at the same time. This is very useful. Okay, so how many sockets are there on the boat? There's 1 in each room. 1, 2, 3, that's the 3rd room. And then in this living area, there's 1 over there, and there's 1 over here, which is the one I showed you. Now, when you arrive to a marina, you actually have to plug the boat into a power source. And until you do so, these sockets will not work. See, the boat is plugged in to the marina's power source, which is right there. Okay, to get the boat moving, there are several factors that you need to consider. One is the current. There are tides here, so there's going to be, when the tides go up and down, there's going to be a current, and that obviously can push the boat one side to one side or the other. Another thing that you consider is obviously the wind. The wind, depending on its force and where it's coming from, you will have to set up your sails, which is my it's the third variable, the sails. Depending on how you trim the sail and where you position the sail towards the wind, well, that's going to determine how fast your boat is going to go. Right now we have no wind, we have strong currents, so we are moving at 4 knots, which is not bad actually, right? 4 knots considering we're hardly moving. So yeah, 4 knots.
It's like flying.
Knots not. It's like flying. We fly. Okay, the sail on a boat is very similar to the wing of a plane. You have a wing, the wing of a plane like this, and this area is longer or larger than this area here. So you can notice if you stick your hand out the window while you're in a car, and depending on how you put your hand, it will lift it. You'll see, you see it clearly that the hand goes up. So the same principle happens with a sail, but instead of going up, it goes forward because the sail is vertical versus the wing of a plane that's horizontal. There are many different kinds of boats and they have different kinds of sails. But basically, the main sail is called the mainsail, and this little sail here is called the genoa, the jib, or the foresail. Okay, the mainsail has to be moved depending on where the wind is coming from. So it can come from the bow, it can come from the stern or the sides, whatever. When you see people like moving the mainsail from one side to another, if the air comes from the back, from the stern, then that is called jibing. If it's coming from the front, from the bow, then it's called tacking. Now this thing here is called the boom. And why? Because if it hits your head, you go boom. That's an easy way to remember it. But this is what holds the mainsail. We're putting the sail up. When you put the sail up, the sail should be facing the wind. That's why it's flapping. And the boat isn't going to go anywhere because the wind is head on towards the sail. Close to Tea, anyone? Right after a vigorous tack, tea is perfect. Now you have to tighten this rope. This is so you get an idea of how tilted the boat is. Look at the kettle. It can sway. It has to be able to sway back and forth. If not, everything would just like fall, slide right off. It's ready. So now you get to see the main sail, and the Genoa is over here behind it. They're both used to move ahead. Propulsion. Whistle, baby, whistle! There's a cow in there. So when the sails are up and the boat is jumping around and it's tilted, everything inside the boat has to be securely fastened. Because look, see? My glasses are going that way. So for example, there it goes. I'm trying to stay up. Okay, if you go in here in these latches, you have all our plates and whatever. So you have to make sure it's locked. This is open, this is locked. For example, we have our stuff in here. So, of course, we have British tea. This is open, this is closed. Everything has to be put away, more or less, in a secure fashion. Now, that table has like this sticky film on it so things don't fall off. Let me put my glasses over there and test it out. Oh, jeez. Let's test it. I'm falling. See, they don't move. It has that sticky stuff on it. It's just like a plastic cover. That's all it is. Okay, hoppers, these are the instructions to use the toilet. This is quite disgusting. Okay, the toilet works as a pump. You have to first empty it out. You do your business. You empty it out by pumping. And then you switch this here to get water from the sea water, or you can use water from the tap that's here. And you just pump it and it'll clean. Then it'll clean it. You put it back in this position and then you lock it and you close it. And that's it. Fun. Mooring is just a fancy way of saying parking your boat. Of course, you do it in the water and you secure the boat with ropes so that it doesn't get away. Now we're going to enter the town of Yarmouth. And we're going to look for the marina to moor our boat there. Let's see if we have any space. So when you are about to moor, you should prepare your fenders and your ropes so that you can tie the boat, secure the boat onto the pontoon. So you prepare the ropes in the front and in the back. You also put away your sails. Look at the jib being rolled up. And now the mainsail. Accompanied by a berth master. He's going to find a spot for us to moor our boat. Very nice. This is the first time we've had this on this trip. We're just waiting there for us to come. So we just have to follow him. Let's see where they put us. So he said he's going to put us port side. Remember which side port side was? Left or right? So he's waiting for us. We gotta put it in there. And as far as knots are concerned, I think, okay, there are many knots that you can learn, but for a beginner, I think there are two important ones. One is this one, that Simon calls it the OXXO. And what you do is you go around twice, then you cross it, and then you go around again. That's pretty easy. And then the knot that you need for the fenders, which is this one. So we have secured the back. See the two cleats, the one on the boat, the one on the pontoon, and the front. See it here? Oh, sorry, I meant the stern and the bow. So the fenders have to be tied at the correct length. They have to be long enough so that it protects the boat, it doesn't get scratched, and it doesn't rub against the pontoon. Okay, so we're back at Cowes. When you arrive to a marina, you pick a spot and you tie your boat to it, moor your boat onto the pontoon.
Gut, und vorne hin. Sag ich vorne hin, lass ihn gehen, vorne hingehen.
So that's the power supply we hook up onto. When you moor, you have to make sure the boat is secure, so we tie it there. I showed you before. And we tie it there up front too. And then we bring in the ropes to the middle. So that, I guess, sort of gives it stability.
Good morning, hoppers. I have my tea. It's morning. I just got up, hence the face. And I'm going to show you the marina and like the showers and all that. When you want to come to a marina, you have to call a few days ahead, or even like the same day. If it's high season, you should call a few days ahead. If it's not high season, then you could just like moor your boat and then tell them where you are and you pay your fees. Each marina, depending on the facilities it has, will be a different price, and depending where it is. So yeah, that's the thing about marinas. You have to call before if it's high season, and you tell them that you're coming. You tell them the name of your boat and how long it is. And if it's not high season, then you could just moor your boat in and then tell them where you are and pay your fees, of course. And that's it. That's basically it. You know, if you don't know about this, it seems like complicated. It's like, where do you go? Where, you know, but it's very straightforward. So let's go and take a shower.
Bad. Not bad. I am wearing my pajama bottoms. If you want to know what I'm talking about, check out my travel tips number, I think it's number 12 or 11. I'll link it down below. So these are the showers. You have 6 minutes to take a shower. Make sure you put your token in the appropriate shower, because like here it's right in the middle, so you might get confused, and the tokens you get outside. And you have to pay to use the hair dryer, 20p. Okay, there is a code, and I'm not gonna show you what it is. So look at the showers. Very nice. So there's my towel and my toiletries. And the shower. I'm all set. Back to the boat. Beautiful sunny day, isn't it? Okay, hoppers, thanks for watching this video. Don't you love my hair? I think it's the coolest hair ever. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out my other sailing videos. That might interest you if you plan on going sailing in the near future or in the not so near future. But if you don't want to miss my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and you'll get a little message saying MuchoHop just uploaded a new video. So do that, and again, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked it. Bye!